Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel today. I'm Ryan, and it's been quite some time since I've made a YouTube video, but I figured now is one of the best times to just make videos and share with you guys my experiences with life and why I started in the first place raising awareness about Klinefelter Syndrome, something that I was diagnosed with in utero. I've known all my life. I was told at the age of 9 about Klinefelter syndrome and having it, and just figured I'd share some life experiences. Majority of my life experiences, whether it's traumatic, awesome, I got bullied a lot in school, I just all life experiences. I figured I'd start by sharing some when I was younger. A lot of the things that I have, the memories that I have, are all visual, and it's like a amazing Steven Spielberg movie that's just like trapped in my brain as a memory. So one of the first things that comes to mind is baseball. I played baseball from T-ball all the way through nationals, which is age 12. And my parents put me in it, which I'm so glad they did. It taught me so much about life and moving forward, getting over fears and pushing through and never quitting. Even though there's so many moments where I remember when I was a kid that I just didn't want to go to practice. I didn't want to go to baseball games. Well, there was the social anxiety, the fact that I was not coordinated at all, and my dad would take me after practice to practice more. He would take me to the batting cages after we went to the batting cages because I just needed more help to get better, to get coordinated, to be able to play on the same level as everybody else. So I was 11 or 12, and I was deathly afraid of getting hit by the pitch. Now, in nationals at 11 or 12, you're pitching 55 to 60 miles an hour is what I remember. And so I would stand outside batter's box. I was a center fielder. My batting lineup was 8th or 9th, depending upon that week. I sat bench a lot, and I just didn't play much. And so one of the coaches realized that I was afraid of getting hit by the ball. Now, in my mind, being visual, being in center field or sitting bench and seeing a kid get hit by the ball, drop to the floor, start crying, parents, coaches run up to them, make sure they're okay. They would get up, they'd stop crying, and they'd transition to first base. They'd get on base for their team, and that is a potential run, scoring in potential position to get on third base or to potentially score. In my mind, I was thinking about myself. I don't want to get hurt. That looks painful. I don't want to go through that process. And so once that coach realized that my batting was really struggling, he intentionally hit me. Now, back then, I was upset about it. Now, it's given me so much of seeing what my potential is. If I never got hit, if I was constantly scared, I would have never been able to see how good I could possibly be. And so after he hit me, I dropped to the floor. I started to cry, came up to me and asked me, "Where are you hurt? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It doesn't hurt." And he's like, "Well, then why are you crying?" So it clicked. It clicked really hard for me. I understood the process of why am I afraid of this. The whole saying, "There's no I in team." That moment made me realize that it's not about me, it's about my team, and that because I wasn't batting, because I wasn't putting in my effort, then it wasn't helping the team. And so since that day when I got hit and I realized it and I went through that process, I choked in, I choked, not choked up is on the bat, but I moved up in the batter's box. I would swing more. I would hit more balls. My baseball started to get better and better. I moved from center field to third base, and I moved from 8th to 4th or 5th in the lineup of what I remember. And the game itself was just more fun. The social was more fun. I was socially engaged more with my teammates. Practices were more fun. And now that I'm 34 years old, that lesson at 11 or 12, you don't really realize how it's going to help you through life. And that lesson through life has pushed me in times where I'm fearful or times where my anxiety is holding me back from doing something. They've really pushed me to open up and to push through those fears, push into those new levels, not quit, when it gets hard or when things get tough or when they're socially awkward, push forward, push myself through those situations. And what you see on the other side is something that you never saw if you were just hiding and you're fearful. You don't see yourself being confident, being, overpowering is the wrong word. You don't see yourself overcoming those situations when you're sitting in that fear zone. So that's something that about my life, something about me that I think will help a lot of people out there. I've got stories like these for days, and I'll just make more and more YouTube videos this whole week, this whole month. Isolation's a great thing. It can really push you to do the things that you don't want to do, and creating YouTube videos for me has been really hard lately. Now that the nonprofit organization is up and running, it's been around for 5 months. We've been super busy trying to help people with Klinefelter Syndrome, spread more awareness, get people to understand what it actually is, get more people diagnosed. We're trying to build a self-advocacy program as well as a mentorship program. So there's a lot of things that I've been doing on the back end trying to get this nonprofit up and off the ground. And there's a lot of things I've been struggling with too, like QuickBooks and just keeping organized and executive functions and stuff like that. But my whole goal is to get all of you to understand what Klinefelter Syndrome is, if you have it, to overcome those fears, to push out, to teach people about it, to educate the world. Hey, this is what Klinefelter Syndrome is. So yeah, that's a little video. I'm not going to go on a rant. I'm just talking. So hopefully this helps, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you in the next couple days. Oh, smash that like button, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff that all those huge YouTubers say to do. Follow us on social media. We'd really appreciate it. So, yeah.